Shooting incidents like this one have prompted many everyday individuals to consider carrying a gun. In some cases, that includes teachers. Reporter Chloe Nordquist brings us their story.
An increase in mass shooting cases across the country has a growing number of teachers and other adults learning how to handle guns. They're training in case they need to help stop an active shooter.
It's pretty intense training. We want people who are willing, who are able, who are wanting to step up.
These people whose faces we aren't showing for their own privacy aren't law enforcement. They're teachers, school faculty, churchgoers.
Okay, he's lifting up his shirt, he's pulling out a gun, 5 rounds, 5!
All have volunteered to participate in 3 days of training that shows them how to respond to active shooter situations. Paul Gregory is one of the instructors.
It's unfortunate that we have to have teachers or educators or whomever else come through this course, but it's the way that it is.
Okay, so these are the blue guns we're going to use, these practice blue guns, but you go violently, so really fast.
It's the mindset, medical training, and then of course very advanced firearms skills.
Laura Carno is with Faster Colorado, which started in 2017. While the course is offered through her organization, similar training is offered in other states.
We've seen roughly 200 folks come through.
Currently, about half of the states in the U.S. allow schools or districts to give permission to individuals like teachers or faculty to carry guns.
I'm not just a teacher, I'm not just an ex-military guy, I'm a dad.
This is one of the dozen or so participants in this training session.
Most schools that we have talked to have a policy that if anybody on their armed team ever displays their firearm, if a student ever sees their firearm, they're off the team.
Do people know who's carrying on campus?
No.
Administrators and a few other teachers may know, but students are left unaware.
Having armed teachers or staff is part of a comprehensive look at security and safety for the schools.
Schools across the country have different approaches to safety. Security officers, school resource officers, medically trained staff.
There's no single solution. There has to be a range and there has to be a sort of a defense in depth.
From 2000 to 2018, there were 277 active shooter incidents in the U.S., according to the FBI. 27 of those incidents happened in 2018, and in 2 of them, armed citizens got involved. But not everyone thinks guns have a place on campus or in other public spaces like churches. In a statement, Marnie Kamensky with gun violence prevention organization Colorado Ceasefire told us this: if more guns meant greater public safety, then the United States would be the safest place in the world. Rather, the U.S. gun fatality rate is nearly 20 times that of other comparable nations, while U.S. gun ownership is first in the world. If we want real change, we need to invest in research and focus on the root causes of gun violence.
Perspective, 2 separate wound channels is much more deadly than 1 wound channel.
School shootings or mass shootings elsewhere are over in a matter of seconds, minutes. Law enforcement is not able to be everywhere all of the time. We tell the educators and others who come through this course on day 1 that they are the first responders.
So Paul and the others continue training those who volunteer.
They raise their hand and say, "Pick me to defend children,"
in hopes of adding just one more layer of protection for their kids.
It may not be appropriate for all school districts.
In other news,